Amazing.
Now, this sounds like an infomercial.
It does, yeah. It's like, is Billy Mays going to show up? Going to try to sell me some bad product?
Too much color around you. Suck it all out. Use this device right here. Amazing.
It's not used for genocide. Don't listen to what those guys said before. It's literally just sucking the color out.
Look at that. Planet full of color. Wow. Look at that. Black and white. Boom. Just like that. Sound like one of the worst Shark Tank pitches ever.
It really does, yeah. Only $19.99. Cheap.
What are we supposed to do with this?
Oh, rule the world? I don't know what his plan is.
All right, let's get into it. So, as my man here, Mr. Christopher Juicy Herman said, we do things that often have a theme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We do things for things that might be eventful or things that might be upcoming. And by the time you see this, this movie might be out for a lot of people, but as it is not out yet for us, which is why we're anticipating this by doing a theme for this movie right here.
Hi, are you here for the meeting? Well, come on.
No! To most, I am Dracula.
Now that's a scary Dracula right there.
It is, yeah.
Mostly because it's Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I mean, forget the vampire part.
No.
It's a floating Nicolas Cage. That's scary
that's
enough.
Thinking, oh, why is Nicolas Cage flying?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a vampire too? Oh, yeah, that's scary, I guess.
The last thing we need is a Nicolas Cage that can fly.
He doesn't need superpowers.
No, that man does not. There were times when Dracula is actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, there are times when Dracula is actually kid-friendly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dracula likes the children.
Oh,
Not just the children of the night.
Oh, no, the real children.
The children.
Actual children.
They're delicious.
He can get in trouble for that, though.
Yeah, he could.
He shouldn't be saying that.
Didn't know. But he was there for a lot of kids when I was growing up. I mean, you know, either it was Dracula or Dracula-inspired things. You know, ate a lot of Dracula-inspired cereal.
Of course. Yeah.
The Count Dracula.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him.
Yes. A lot of kids dressed up as the Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
For Halloween. And then there were even Saturday morning cartoons with Dracula.
Ah, yes.
There was a time when Dracula was not abusing an assistant, making him eat bugs and getting victims for him. There was a time that this man headed up a group of teenagers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and said, you know what? I don't want you to be like me when I was coming up, you know, killing people.
All right, yeah. Be better.
Do better, man.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, not as I did.
Yes.
Yeah, you go out there, you be a force for good.
So he's a social worker now.
Yes, keeping monsters off the street.
Nice.
Yeah, you got a group of teenagers whose forefathers were also monsters of a certain type. You might know them as universal monsters in a way.
Yeah.
You know, they got the Frankenstein's the
monster.
Wolfmans, and of course the Draculas.
That's right.
Yeah, he took a group of teenagers. One was a Frankenstein. One was a Wolfman.
Right.
And one was a Dracula.
Right.
They got together and cruised around town and called themselves the DRAK Pack.
Wow, what a name.
Under the leadership of none other than Count Dracula, known as Big D, three teenagers.
Big D.
Wait a minute. I mean, that all the writers said, yeah, it's fine. All the editors like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, call Drak Big D.
Well, that looks like a man with a big dick, right?
he wants to let us know that he has a big dick.
I mean, he's exposing it right now.
Yes, you like what you see?
See something you like?
Now suck it.
It's right versus wrong, good over greed, niceness against naughtiness. That's the DRAK Pack.
Heroes.
Boy, that is a force acronym.
Yes.
Organization of generally rotten enterprises.
Yeah, wow, okay. Ogre, all right.
Ogre, yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah.
Sounds cool.
It's called Ogre, yeah. That's neat.
But so you're looking at this, and if you're watching it, you could probably get the feeling that this was like something else that they tried to do much later. At least for me, I got feelings of the Dark Universe from this.
Oh, sure. Well, more successful than the Dark Universe.
Yeah, they lasted one season.
They did.
Yeah.
More than that, they only lasted one movie.
Yeah. I like the way Frankie's not wall-eyed.
A lot of the characters are wall-eyed in a lot of scenes.
They really were.
Although I love that you have the Dracula who's very effeminate. He's all like, yeah. Oh, you should. Yeah, baby.
See, that was something with the 70s, even though this is 80. This is coming out of the 70s.
Yeah, it's a carryover, yeah.
Yeah, where, glam rock was a thing.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
You know who he looks like? Let me see if I can find this. So that's Drac, the leader of the gang, right?
Yeah, of course.
And looks like Tim Curry.
Oh, wow, from Rocky. You're right. Wow, it looks exactly like him.
It looks exactly like him, man.
Oof. Nice.
Yeah, there you go. So, glam rock. That's all I can think of. Glam rock was a big thing at the time.
Gotcha.
And theatrics and whatnot. So that's why they did that, I believe. But also, man, this is back in the day when Hanna-Barbera, they were making shows for very cheap.
Oh yeah.
And making them very quickly. And that's kind of what you have here, man, with this.
Yeah, with the animation. Or lack thereof.
Man, you know what? I would tell you that the animation that they're doing is actually better than usual.
Oh, yeah?
Because, like with Scooby-Doo, it was very limited. But there were times I was looking at this, like, by no means, this is not Disney, anything. No. But for Hanna-Barbera on TV, I was like, okay, you put in a little effort with this.
Okay.
A little more than usual. Also, remind me, if I can remember, I forgot to pull up a clip where they just didn't give a shit. Like, they work so fast.
Man, I watched this episode and that can be like any minute of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Man, but there were like glitches in here, man.
Oh, sure.
I mean, things got past. Like they had to see this and just said, we got to turn this in. We can't fix it now. This is back in the day when you shot all this on film. Like you didn't get a chance to.
Right. Can't go back and re-edit it or anything like that.
It was hard to do. Yeah, that was
fix
it.
Right.
Yeah, with computers you can fix that kind of stuff now.
Of course.
But back then, like there's a major mistake in here.
Oh, interesting.
That I have to find.
Okay.
I'll find it.
All right.
Forgot to pull up that clip. But anyway, as my man over here said, yeah, Scooby-Doo that shit. That's what they were doing. So this was another thing. Like Hanna-Barbera had a formula.
Oh yeah, they did.
Like whenever they had like an idea, just a premise. A lot of times, a talking shark walks around on land. It sounds like Curly from the Three Stooges.
All right, I like it so far.
How do we develop this? Throw in some teenagers, have them go around and solve mysteries.
That's right. All right,
that's everything that they do.
Brilliant.
There's a ghost or a phantom from 1776 who comes back into the actual 70s.
Oh, okay.
What do? We make them funky and have them hang out with a bunch of teenagers and solve some crimes and mysteries.
Absolutely, yeah.
They did this several times. Yeah. So that's what they did here. They were teenagers. They rode around in a souped up Rob Zombie type car. Yeah. And they solved crimes. It's kind of cool that they had this idea decades before the Dark Universe. Never meets its potential.
No. I could definitely say that. I agree.
Never meets its potential. But I will say that, growing up, that's the thing about it, man. We just love seeing, for some reason, when I was coming up, we just love seeing teenagers going around solving crimes with supernatural things or anthropomorphic animals. Hanna-Barbera, that was what they did.
That was their shtick.
Yeah, for some reason they found it and they stayed with it and it worked a lot, except for this. This lasted one season back in 1980. So what is this episode about? I got episode number 1.
Yep. I like that.
And I like this because you can definitely see with this show where they worked backwards. I won't even say they had a premise. They had a name, DRAK Pack. They said, that is cool, Dracula. And the DRAK Pack.
Put it on a lunchbox, put it on a cereal box, all that stuff.
Exactly.
Easy to merchandise, market.
And they didn't know what to do with it after that.
Clearly.
This episode is so goddamn random.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, they're like really hardly any script writing went into this. It's just have them do something.
Yep.
I don't care if it makes sense. It has to have no logic. Just keep them busy for 22 minutes.
They do that.
20 without credits in the intro.
The intro too.
Just keep them doing something. If it doesn't have to make sense, just keep it moving. So I'm gonna tell you how. Like, let's get into what the conflict in this episode is.
Right.
And this is the first episode of DRAK Pack, where you meet a lot of characters. So they set up a lot of characters. Like, For example, they introduced Dr. Dread. Dr. Dread is cranky. He just stays mad for no reason.
Silence! I want quiet!
So he's so mad you could hear him yelling all the way down the street, scaring birds and shit.
Very much so. Yeah, cantankerous.
Just
how I
cantankerous.
describe him.
But usually, so this was another thing. It was these characters were mad. These villains were mad, usually because of those damn kids.
Of course.
Those kids,
meddling kids.
Those meddling kids who are always those meddling kids who are always foiling my evil plans.
Of course, the schemes.
Yeah. If it weren't for that goddamn DRAK pack and those meddling monsters.
The master is in a very touching mood today.
Yes, Dr. Dredd is feeling like a failure because the DRAK pack has thwarted all his evil plot.
He's always even plot. So as you can see here also, in addition to the DRAK pack, Dr. Dredd also has his universal knockoffs.
Yeah.
You know, he's got like Toad, which is just Igor.
It's Igor.
Yeah, it's Igor. And then Vampirella, she's just like one of Dracula's side chicks.
Totally.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah.
It's like I work for him, but you know. There's other benefits to it. Yeah, no, they're stumping each other. There's no doubt about it.
Come over to Big D. So Dr. Dredd is mad at the DRAK pack.
Yeah.
But, you know, it doesn't help that and this was another thing. Usually they were failing, not because of these meddling kids, but because their henchmen were just completely incompetent.
It's kind of the funny thing because most of the episode, the kids are unaware of what's happening.
They don't even know. Yeah,
to like a key point.
This dude is just trolling them and following them around. They don't know. They have no clue.
He is really bad henchman.
But like a lot of these cartoons, like, you know, it is said that 8 out of 10 villains usually fail because of their incompetent henchmen out there.
Yes.
If they could actually do things, if they didn't have these clumsy henchmen around.
Any noise from Dr. Dredd? I'm sorry, Master. I didn't mean to interrupt your inferior...
You can tell he gets the shit beat out of him.
Always.
He's abused.
He never used to look that way. It's only because of all the physical abuse. He used to be quite handsome.
They beat him green. Look at
And don't you forget it.
A huge ego doesn't hurt. Or doesn't help either.
No, yeah.
A huge ego is usually also their downfall. Also, I was looking at this man, and I know you saw this. I was looking at this man, and I said, why is he dressed like Kane the Conqueror? So his ego is also his downfall. Oh, yeah. But here's another thing. Here's another thing about his ego. So everything's a brilliant idea.
Of course.
No matter how dumb it is. Because he's looking at himself in the mirror. You're so smart.
Narcissist.
He gets this brilliant idea when Vampirella comes in and gives him these books to sort of make him feel better, saying you have a very colorful personality, which is usually an insult. But she comes in trying to do her best. You have a very colorful personality. He hears that and he says, "Eureka! That is it."
The problem is not that I have to be more colorful. No, the solution is obvious. The world must become less colorful.
Well, of course. I'm genius.
Yeah.
It was right there.
When he said that, I was like, what do you really mean?
No. I'll just remove all these and these jewels.
Oh, the brown paper, oh, the ivory one. Doesn't matter. Even little Toad's like, what, boss? I don't want to commit genocide. I don't want to go that far.
I'm sorry, that sounds kind of racist.
It's racist, boss. I don't want to do that.
I'm sorry, I don't mean anything bad by this, but to commit genocide, that would require you being smart.
Yeah, he's got to be competent.
Yeah, when he says, I'm taking the color out of things, that's exactly what he means.
Literally the color.
I am literally taking the color out of things.
Okay.
Red, green, blue, yellow, everything.
The whole spectrum's going.
I mean, the worst I can be called is a homophobe because I'm like erasing all the gay flags.
Sure, yeah, it's gray.
Yeah,
gray and
everywhere.
white.
No, he's not smart enough to like commit racial genocide. This guy right here. No, child. And how does he plan on doing that?
The Dr. Dread Color Collector. It is, of course, only a model, but most effective nonetheless. Behold.
Amazing.
Now this sounds like an infomercial.
It does, yeah. It's like, is Billy Mays going to show up? Going to try to sell me some bad product?
Too much color around you. Suck it all out. Use this device right here. Amazing.
It's not used for genocide. Don't listen to what those guys said before. It's literally just sucking the color out.
Look at that. Planet full of color. Wow. Look at that. Black and white. Boom. Just like that. Sound like one of the worst Shark Tank pitches ever.
It really does, yeah. Only $19.99. Cheap.
What are we supposed to do with this?
Oh, rule the world? I don't know what his plan is.
What now? When we meet the DRAK Pack.
Oh, yeah, them.
Yeah, them, yeah.
I haven't gotten to them yet.
So they're riding around.
Yeah,
they're riding around in a little drag car,
yeah,
the DRAK car, whatever, Drakmobile, and we meet them. Frankie, who, as you can guess, is Frankenstein. He's trying to buy a really bad suit.
Ugly.
Like there's no explanation for this. Like this guy's never gonna go to anything formal. They don't ever do that.
No.
This guy never needs to he does have a job.
It's for him. It's for make himself feel better.
With that, yeah. You know what I like? I like that the other members, like, they straight up start talking shit about that suit.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, at least y'all smart enough to do that.
Thank you.
Well, how do you like it? I picked it all out by myself.
Remind me never to let Frankie go shopping by himself again.
What? As you said, they're just clueless, man. They're being stalked by Dr. Dread this whole time.
And they're unaware of it.
They're unaware of it.
Because he's so incompetent.
Apparently the whole city's unaware because he's riding around this big-ass colorful Zeppelin.
Yeah.
That nobody in the city sees.
Well, what have you to report?
And you think this at first. Later on, these rules don't matter, but he can't hit the suit from when they're inside a building. So they find a convenient reason for them to go outside.
Right.
The true glory of this garment can only be appreciated in the daylight. Let's go outside.
That is very weird. Like, if anyone said that, if anyone's buying clothes, it's like, why? I don't know what you're going to do outside.
I know.
I thought he was in on it at first. I was like, that'd be kind of cool. It's like, oh, did they plan this? I was like, no. It's just a weird shop clerk. Let's go outside.
Let's go outside and see this cheap ass suit. It's like I said, how cheap this suit is.
Look how shitty it is. I'm charging you for this.
When they go outside, apparently Dr. Dread's building is right across the street.
Yeah, convenient.
Because he zaps him just like that.
Well, Frankie, that's what I call a suit.
Hey.
Honestly, he made it better.
He did. They even said that.
It looks better.
Like the women in the car, Drac and the wolf dude, they were like, yeah, that actually was an improvement.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, the gray actually looks probably good on you, man.
And you know what? That man was about to rip them off.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
He was straight up about to rip them off before they sucked the color out of it. Because when they leave, he just throws it in the trash.
Yes, yeah.
Fellas. Oh, look. That's clothesman.
To hell with that. No one's going to buy this shit anyway. Except this sucker.
Yeah.
This big dumb son of a bitch.
On to the next one.
Yeah. So after that, so he's stalking them, man. Like I said, he's trolling them to the point that sometimes he's just trying to get them killed. Like, like when he took the color out the stoplight.
I have to admit, that was clever.
Oh, this is such fun.
Yeah! Watch out!
It's funny too because they do crash. They crash into a museum,
which I'm like, okay, but I don't know why you would still keep driving. Okay, you drive. Why? Just because the colors change on the light doesn't mean that I'm going to drive up the building now. That's not how that works.
Because it's stupid. Yeah. You saw the suit he was trying to buy.
I know. I should have known.
They had him crash into a museum because they needed a reason to be at a museum. Because
right.
they needed some more things to suck the color out of.
Yeah, that's right.
Now this was funny. Like the museum curator comes out, and for some reason he just starts like holding them accountable.
Yeah, like they're responsible.
Maybe you can explain this.
Certainly, those are very nice drawings.
Wrong. They were paintings until a few minutes ago.
And I knew this shit. But he might as well have, because when they leave, because they just crashed on the steps.
Right.
And the guys, so he comes out holding all these paintings. You're like, hey, what about this? But when they're leaving, So Frank comes up and says, hey, man, we got to go. And as they're leaving, the museum curator's like, well, what are you going to do about this?
What do you want us to do about it? We just got here.
Just a couple of kids who crashed our car. Big ass Batmobile up on you.
I mean, I guess, are they known by the city for being like heroes at this point?
It was the first episode.
Okay.
So I didn't set up anything. Frank says, we got to go. This guy's like, hey, before you go, what are you going to do about these paintings?
Drac, we gotta go. An emergency call from Big D. Come on.
About these paintings.
Yeah, what about them? Hey, that's your problem.
Yeah, what about your jowls, sir? I think you're melting.
Hey, you look like a nutsack.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Look like a basset hound.
Like all hanging down.
Yeah. So they say, well, I guess the DRAK pack better do something about it. So they go to the DRAK cave. You know, because again, back then, if you needed something, just if you solved crimes and mysteries, you had a supercomputer because that was the way you told shorthand stories.
No self-respecting vampire will drink tomato juice like that.
No self-respecting vampire will be drinking tomato juice.
Of course.
Period.
Yeah.
Much less, yeah. You might as well drink that shit.
Yeah, oh Lord. Well, they got to make sure it's for kids.
Exactly,
Can't
for the
drinking
kids.
blood, just something that's red.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that is true. And now they couldn't drink blood, but he's a good guy now.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, so
changed his ways.
Yeah, he did. So he just drinks tomato juice right now. Apparently has enough the same vitamins and nutrients as actual blood.
Of course, yeah.
So,
tomatoes, human blood, same thing.
Dracula's just been an asshole this whole time. He never had to drink blood.
I didn't have to. I was going through some shit.
Yeah. I was just a pervert.
I'm better now. And that's his nephew, right? The kid? Okay.
Yeah.
Drac.
Yeah. Drax is a nephew. The little the kid that wears the makeup and all that.
Yes, a very effeminate.
Yeah. Looks like Rock Hard Picture Show.
Tim Curry.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like, so they get there, and I guess they just gave their location away because they didn't think about being followed because not even Big D is safe.
If this keeps up, I look like a paint by number kid.
Shit.
What?
Do something.
So that's the running gag.
Oh yeah, he always crushes his fingers.
Yeah, I'm surprised he still has those fingers.
Yeah, I know. These have little nubs, meat patty hands eventually.
So yeah, they drained the D.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Need some time. He'll be able to get the color back. He'll be able to work again, but
That's a little off-color joke I did, right?
Very much. I love it. It's clever.
Man, they gave I don't know. So here's where logic starts collapsing. Not that it was ever really
now
there.
Now it's collapsing.
Not that it was ever really there.
Yeah.
But I mean, so Dr. Dredd obviously knows where they live.
Yeah.
He knows it because he's draining colors from Big D. He's draining colors from their furniture in the house. They're doing deliveries to the house.
Yeah, but hey, where did they come from?
He's delivering flowers to the house. So if these kids bother you so much for your evil plans, why don't you just plant a bomb in there?
Just kill them.
Just kill them. Why is there a bomb in that flower right there?
Let's do something like that.
I just put a sniper out in the woods somewhere, just shoot
You're
him.
not getting it. It's about taking the color out, Corey. All right, Dr. Dredd, he's figuring this out. He's playing the long game.
I know.
And
I have a plan.
And when least expect it, then we'll do something else and maybe we'll kill him later on.
It's all about execution.
Yeah, of course.
And this is where we get to Dr. Dredd's brilliant plan.
Oh.
So this is where his brilliant plan comes into play. I want y'all to hear this.
Just aim the color collector at anything pink, Toad, and the DRAK pack will come to a colorful end.
Oh, goody.
You hear that? So just paint it at anything pink, and the DRAK pack will come to an end. How? Because he wants to suck all the pink out. Why pink? I don't know. Because dudes, it's embarrassing to die with pink.
Yeah, pink,
but he wants to get all the pink sucked out of all these colors around town, so they can pretty much drown them in Pepto-Bismol.
Pink.
Oh boy! They all sunk the pack in the pink trap.
What? I looked at like, what the hell are you talking about?
You shut. Just get us free.
You're a bad leader, by the way. Not as smart as you think you are.
He really is kind of a dick, man.
He is, yeah, the whole time.
So I'm thinking this whole time, I'm like, you know what? I've been watching this cartoon for damn. It's a 22-minute cartoon. 20 minutes if you really take everything out of 15 minutes if you take out the intro. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching these damn the DRAK pack run around for the last 12 minutes, 13 minutes, and they haven't changed into the DRAK pack yet. Oh, now, what the hell is going on here? And first of all, before they change to the DRAK pack, which they haven't done the whole episode, as we said.
Except the intro.
Except for the intro, of course. False advertising almost felt like until they got to it. But before they even get to that, the irony is that as guys, they hate pink.
Of course.
But the irony is that the pink saved their lives, or at least the hatred for pink. Like they're fine, when they as far as colors go, leave all the black and yellow and all of it in there. They're not trying to do any kind of genocide or anything. But that damn, if there were pink people, they'd eradicate those people in a minute. They hate pink.
You really hate pink, Frankie?
It's my most unfavorite color. Yeah, down really mad. Pink is fun.
So Pink makes him Hulk out?
Yeah, I guess so.
By the way, he could have done that shit a long time ago.
Yeah, easily.
He's
a big man.
Yeah, he is. It's not like he turned into the Hulk or something. He's a big dude. But he's all that somebody, keep in mind, he hates pink, but somebody had to remind him.
Yeah, he forgot. It happens. Sometimes I don't remember what my favorite color is, or my least favorite color.
Hey, remember you hate pink? Oh yeah. That now that they're free, that's when they decide to turn to the DRAK pack, or what they call DRAK whack out.
Something like that.
A little wacky Dracky or something.
Now, Pack, let's DRAK whack.
DRAK whack.
Wacko!
Now,
that killed me.
they just make it all dramatic. They just sit there.
That might have been the biggest laugh I had throughout the entire episode. It's so anticlimactic. Here they are in a tube,
and they just sitting there.
They look miserable.
Also, this was coming out of the 70s and the 80s, so this is a time of disco and Saturday Night Fever. So if you see him, he strikes a disco pose.
Right.
You see?
Yeah. The finger.
Look,
like Travolta.
Yeah, that's John Travolta did, man.
Yeah.
But it is funny.
Like everything cuts, the music, the sound, not moving.
So they turned to the DRAK pack and they use their powers are amazing, man. Their powers are incredible. They use their amazing powers to defeat the villains by jump rope.
Let's skip this one.
They just tripped it with a rope with a jump rope.
I got this.
They sure did.
Just moving perfectly straight, by the way. Physics. Whatever.
They want to animate any kind of art.
No, that's hard.
It's easy to just slide that character
across the scene. Yeah.
So they just trip him and open a window. Hey man, those DRAK powers, man.
So is that like the mummy? Did he know their parents or whatever? Or is like the son of the mummy? I know, no, explain. I was thinking, like, why are they hurting all these other monsters?
All this
shit working together.
Arbitrary.
I know. I'm just curious about that.
But I will say this: it must be good for the DRAK pack to know that the villains have powers just as stupid as theirs.
I have the situation well in hand. Or should I say...
A lobster?
Really? It's not even a giant lobster? No. You could use that.
You don't want to turn into a kraken or something?
Ooh, that's good.
A lobster. You know why she didn't turn to a lobster? Because she doesn't want to fight them. Like she's horny for her.
Smart, yeah.
It's just weird too. That's a grown woman, and she's like, "Oh, I've always wanted to claw that handsome vampire dude or whatever."
No, it makes sense.
I've always wanted that handsome DRAK in my clutches.
Get your old ass away from me.
Hey, give me your ass.
Yeah. Grab by the dick. Yeah. She could have turned into something else, but she wanted to turn into something where she could just feel him up.
Grab him. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Grope him.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Wolfie's powers are kind of cool. They're weird, like he could his power. Now this is the Wolfman.
Yeah,
the Wolfman has the power to pop out of a television screen.
Nobody's here. Wrong, Toad.
I defy reality.
Yes. And then he uses big bad wolf powers to blow him away.
I was just.
thank you. When he blows and spits on me.
At least you're not beating me.
Yes.
Like Master does. They did the Mummy a favor, though. The Mummy started messing around that color machine and stopped fighting and kind of discovered something about his sexuality.
I'm fabulous.
The DRAK Pack don't even use their monster powers to defeat the ogre. It's just, you know what it is their own clumsiness.
Yes.
Ogre defeated themselves.
Of course, that's how it always is.
Stop, ogre! I command you!
He's dead.
He's crushed.
They crushed him, yeah.
Because that's what happened. Ogre was, the Mummy was sitting up there admiring himself and they just bumped into him. So they don't even defeat them, man. It's their own clumsiness that defeats them. And it's funny because it's one of those shows where they got to keep coming back.
Yeah.
So Dr. Dredd, he committed all these crimes, and the color machine ends up backfiring on them. And by the way, the DRAK Pack is the DRAK Pack now. They've defeated them.
Yep.
Do they take them to jail? No.
I'll get you for this, DRAK Pack! Nobody dabbles with the dynamic Dr. Dredd!
He's so shy!
Yeah, he's blushing all over.
Or you could just arrest him.
I can kill him.
Or kill him. So he never does this again.
Yeah.
He tried to kill you. He tried to drown your ass in Pepto-Bismol.
That's right.
The other dudes just left. They just let him exit, man.
Like, you can have him, man.
Yeah.
We're done.
Why you?
Double this physical and emotional abuse.
And that's it. Man.
That's it.
They let him go.
I guess they just leave, and I guess I don't know. They all go to their respective rooms in the hidden lair. That's obvious.
They just the DRAK Pack leaves, doesn't call the police or anything. And by the way, they still couldn't get the job right.
All the color is back where it belongs.
Oh boy, kids from there.
Those fingers, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
not again.
Yeah.
You might want to get a handle on there or something, man.
Yeah, or make rim it so you don't wear gloves or something. Mittens. I don't know. Hey, but Dracula sports trans rights, man. He's got the trans rights flag on it, right? the pink and the baby blue. Isn't that a part of it? Is that the addition to the pride flag?
Look at that.
Hey, good for you, Drac.
Hey, this was very progressive.
Very progressive.
And these cartoons, I mean, when you watch these old cartoons, a lot of times, there's a mistake to be had.
Sure.
Colors popping off all over the place. Here. Okay, so I found it.
Nice.
So tell me if you notice the error here.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. Oh wait. Oh! I got it turned down. Hold on. This is definitely going to require some audio.
Oh, okay. It's an audio error.
Yeah. It's a visual and audio error.
Okay.
It's Dredd's hideout. Let's go.
Look what he's found!
So they're both talking, but you only hear one voice. It's Wolfie's voice, but it sounds like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
It's just rah, 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 rah,
Somebody got mixed up and thought they were supposed to animate Frankie.
Yeah.
And so they just left it.
Let's go! Look what he's found!
They're both in sync of each other too.
Yeah.
That's weird. Maybe he's mocking Wolfie. I don't know. You always say Wolfie all the time.
So the voice of Dr. Dredd. Let me see if I can play the voice for you. See if this voice sounds familiar. I'll play it.
I'll get you for this, DRAK Pack!
Sound familiar?
Is that Mako?
Mako?
I was going to say the guy does the voice of Aku and Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No.
It's not him? Okay.
No,
I thought it might have been him.
It's the guy that does the voice of Captain Hook.
Oh, shit. Never would have guessed it.
Yeah.
From Disney's Peter Pan. Disney's Peter Pan. Right.
Yeah, that's this guy. What was his name? There he is.
I do not know.
Who looks a little bit like Captain
I'm not
Hook.
familiar with the voice of Captain
Hans Conried.
Okay.
Is
cool.
Is him. Yeah. A lot of people often confuse DRAK Pack with another similar themed cartoon back in the day. We might do this one day. I almost thought about doing it for this episode here, but not to be confused with the Groovy Ghoulies.
Everybody shout! Laugh the songs and fun.
Yeah, I mean, wow, what is going on
Kind
with
of
him?
kind of creepy. It's like, kind of got a Nosferatu vibe to him.
He looks like some meth addict at a trailer park.
I think I've seen him around Austin a couple times.
Running those heels. All they're doing is just repeating animation over and over again.
Yeah, are they like roommates or something?
They're a band. I mean, when I remember the show, it was just a bunch of puns. Like they just do random things, activities, and then
all right,
it's just a bunch of puns that they would do.
For the Groovy Ghoulies show.
Groovy Ghoulies.
Yeah, I think this might have been not Hanna-Barbera, but Filmation that did that. Filmation did a lot worse animation than Hanna-Barbera. I don't see Groovy Ghoulies, man. I'm kind of curious about that.
I've never seen it before. I think I've heard you and Martin talk about it.
Yeah,
but I've never seen this before.
Groovy Ghoulies, man. Let's see here. There it is. Groovy Ghoulies. I want to know who did this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Funimation.
It was Filmation.
Oh, Filmation.
Filmation that did it. Yeah, let's see here. Oh, yeah, that was Filmation. I can always tell Filmation, man.
Cool.
They do stuff. Yeah, so there you go, folks.